Hello, children. So, today our topic is the intellectual disability, and we also have the specific learning disorder. These two are the last two disorders which come under the neurodevelopmental disorders. So, in all, there are four under the neurodevelopmental disorders, starting with the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is called the ADHD. The second we've done is the autism spectrum disorder. And the third that we are going to be doing today, and of course also the fourth one, it is the intellectual disability and it is the specific learning disorder. So when we talk about the very first one, the intellectual disability, you can see it very well on the screen that it is talking about, of course, number one, the IQ, which is the intelligence quotient, and it is talking about the impairments. So moving on to the very first one, which is intellectual disability, very clearly it talks about your IQ to be, you say, below average. you know so there is a below average intellectual functioning, and in this below average intellectual functioning, definitely there is an IQ which has a range of approximately 70 or below 70. And also there will be deficits, very clearly, or you can say there'll be impairments, in terms of the adaptive behavior. So especially in areas like communication, self-care, home living, social or the interpersonal skills, the functional or the, or you can say the academic skills, work, in all these areas there are impairments. That is why we say that there are impairments in the adaptive behavior. you know so they probably will not perform normally as how other people do because of their extremely low IQ level, and they can have impaired self care, impaired communication skills, so to say the interpersonal skills. Even in terms of academic, there can be a lot of deficits seen, work, etc. And of course, this particular disability, which is the intellectual disability, it is seen much before the age of 18 years. And when we talk about the very next disorder, which is your specific learning, you can see the keywords there where it's talking about difficulty in perceiving, or so to say processing information accurately. And problems are there in the basic skills. And from the term itself, when it says specific learning disorder, there can be some specific areas which are impaired, which are affected, which probably can be showing deficits also. So the people who are undergoing the specific learning disorder, they experience a difficulty, where it comes to perceiving and it comes to processing of information. They cannot like other people, and they are not very efficient with it, and they will never be accurate with it. And it's quite difficult to bring about that accuracy, that efficiency. It needs a lot of effort, it needs a lot of hard work. And when we talk about the specific learning disorder, it gets manifested during the early school years. And there will be problems, so to say, which will be witnessed in the basic skills of a person, because they are very much clearly evident in the early years of the child, school years of the child. So they can be evident, the basic skills, the problems in the basic skills can be evident in how they read, reading, writing, and even mathematics. And the child will perform below average for his or her age. And it's very difficult for them to reach those performance levels like other people. And if at all they want to, there have to be there needs to be put in a lot of extra effort, a lot of additional inputs, a lot of special attention needs to be given to such children, a lot of time needs to be invested in such children, a double effort, double hard work needs to be invested. So it with such children you need to work very very closely. you know and so this is going to impair the functioning, the performance in activities, in the occupations that they take up. And it all comes down to the skills which are related. you know so you must have seen that how people are battling, how students battle with the subject maths. They find it so difficult to read, they find it so difficult to write, there are so many spelling errors, they cannot read very fluently, they are definitely undergoing specific learning disorder. So yeah, it's very clear when we talk about these two disorders are somehow related also each other. So we'll move on to the next topic soon. Thank you so much.